Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at this KAIWEETS. It is the circuit breaker finder, model number KT301P. So it's going to come inside of a box like this. It's going to see it comes with a really nice case like that. Inside the case, we're going to see for the first time, you will have several pieces. You will have an adapter to plug into an outlet, to a light receptacle. You have your piece that will plug into your outlets, and you will have the remote to tester. You will also have, looks like a bare wire connector, so that if you have bare wires, you can plug in and test that. It has an instruction manual. The instruction manual is, it also has a card for KAIWEETS telling you some tips. And then your manual itself is front and back. 7 pages, and it also does have a 3-year warranty that you can check on here in the bare wire tester. It has all these QR codes that you can scan, and it comes with 2 sets of batteries. I'm assuming one for each of these. This unit will connect to this unit via signal. So in order to do that, we're going to need a screwdriver to just remove this piece and install your screws. Make sure you have it all the way out. And we will just install the screws into each of these. So you'll see the screws on the one is here, the other one is here. So we'll just remove here. Batteries will go here, batteries will go there. Make sure you do your positive, negative correct. Unfortunately, this screwdriver is not magnetized, so it doesn't stick very well. Now, I recommend when you're not using this to remove the batteries, simply because you don't want to risk corrosion. I don't know how often I will use this, so I will make sure I remove mine when I'm not using it. So you're going to see here, if you want to take the time to pause and read this, it tells you all the different things that comes with it. And it tells you all the ratings, like Cat 2, 300 volt, all the different things that you will need to know right there as well. You can always pause the video and check all that out. First thing you're going to notice when you go to use this, if you have bare wires and you want to check bare wires, this is mostly made for outlets or light fixtures. So basically, you could just plug this in. You're going to notice this is actually separate pieces. Just unscrew a light bulb, I plug this in. This just comes in like that. Then I would just plug this in after I screwed it in. Or if you're checking bare wires, let's say if I'm checking some bare wires and I want to check the voltage on those, I would just take this. I would plug this in here. And then I would check this on the bare wires. So for instance, if this motor was hooked up and I wanted to test the voltage, I could just hook these up like this. I would have this turned on. Then I would use this to find the signal to this and trace it down. I'm going to show you a couple different tests. First, when we got the light turned off here, we're going to screw this in like that. Then we're going to get our unit. So this is going to be my unit. I'm going to plug it in right here in this light adapter. Then I'm going to, I use this one because it's flexible. I wanted you to see it. I can just push test. You turn it on. There's your on-off button. And you're going to see right now you're getting nothing because there's no voltage. So basically I have this turned off. You're going to see there's no voltage. If for some reason I was checking this, I would have this one on. So I can test it. I'm getting nothing. I can reset it. Okay, so now see right now I'm getting no voltage, it's turned off. Now when I turn it on, you're going to see I have 115.7 volts, goes up to 120.7, and it's getting a signal saying something is not correct. That's why it's red and not green. Red means that there's a wire issue. Green means that everything is good. So we can turn this unit on, and you'll see when this unit gets close, there's the light right there. That's your flashlight. So if I want to check my unit, Now you can tell when it gets close to this unit, it'll start beeping. That tells you that it's close to this unit. Now what I want to do is I want to see where the voltage to this is coming from. So we know that there's a wiring issue here with this light because it's slightly over, but it's red and it shouldn't be. It should be green. So we're going to go find this in the control panel. So I'm going to turn this back on. If I want my light, I can turn my light on there, but I don't need it. So I'm going to run this along here. The red one clicked red. So what we're doing is trying to find one of these that's connected to the other one. And what will happen is this will turn red for the one connected to that one. That one beeped a little, but not much. So we're pretty sure. Now wait 3 seconds to do a second double check because it's finding. It looks like it's going to be this one right here. So we flipped the breaker. We know that it was this one because the lights went out. Now you're going to see it's still holding the reading from the last time it ran. So now you want to test it again. You want to reset it. And you'll see there's no power coming in now. What has happened? We tripped the breaker. We used this to send a signal to the breaker. Then we use this to test to see which breaker it's running. That way you're not turning off the wrong breaker. Let's say you want to look at an outlet on your wall. But you're not exactly sure which breaker that is. So you plug this into the wall, run a test, then you go to your breaker panel, you run it up and down your breakers. It will tell you which breaker it was connected to because we showed you it made a red signal saying, okay, we think this is it. It gave you a couple possibilities. Then it narrowed it down to the last one and it beeped and told me which breaker it was. So I tripped off that breaker, come back in. You see it was holding its number. So we knew that that was it, but the light was off. So we reset this to verify that we don't have power, to make sure we turned off the right breaker. And now we don't have power, so we know that we did trip the right breaker. So this helps you find which breaker you're having an issue with. We knew that we saw the red light, so there was an issue with something in the system. More than likely, it's this lamp. So we will try it again. We'll turn the power back on. Then we will check the outlet and see if it was the light or if it was the actual something in the wiring. So as you see right here, I now have a green light right there. So what this is telling me is that originally I saw a red light, which was this side right here. So it was telling me there was a wiring issue. So what I wanted to do was see if it was from the light or if it was from the outlet. So I unplugged the light from the outlet. So I tested the outlet directly. I have a green light on the outlet directly. So that means the issue I had, wiring issue that this picked up earlier with this red light, is not from my outlet. It's from my light. So something in the light itself is causing an issue. And you're going to see this is a solid green light, means it's good to go. If I unplug it, it will start to flash. What that's doing is saying it's not getting current currently, but it will keep my last voltage reading. So my last voltage reading was 126.3. The main thing that we're looking at here is that it's green. So we know if it's red, something is not right. There's a wiring issue. If it's green, that means that it's good. So we checked. The outlet is a green. It's 126. It's good. There's no wiring issue. So somewhere between this outlet and the light was a wiring issue. So it's in the light itself. So the main thing we found out is that the outlet is good. So that's a good sign. So the nice thing about this saves from the last reading you did. This is from the outlet that I showed you. And it tells you everything right here. Neutral, line, is correct. So whatever was wrong, it will tell you what it was. Now we saw the red one earlier, so it will also tell us what was incorrect. So we're going to go back and see what in the light is saying is incorrect. So we've got the light back on. We've got the breaker on. We've reset it. When you want to reset it, you'll hit reset and then you'll test it. So what we're going to do now is turn the light back on. And right there, that's the one that we have the problem with. So what it's telling me here, N, my neutral is good. L, my line, my power is good. It's saying the problem I'm having is E, my ground. So we know when we did this earlier, we showed you, we checked this. This was red. We wanted to see if it was the outlet or if it was something in the light. We showed you, we checked the outlet itself. Everything was good. So we know it's somewhere in this light. What it's telling you is the ground in this light, something is not right with it. So I'm going to have to check the light and see what's wrong with it. But this is a really useful tool for checking that. Not only does it tell you I've got the right voltage, it's saying there's something incorrect in my ground. So you don't know if it's in the plug or if it's in the light itself, but you do know that it's not in your outlet because you tested it. And you know it's not in the breaker because we checked that. We know it's here in this light. So that tool is really helpful for that. So when we want to review, when you're running this, you just hit reset, then you'll test it. If it's not plugged in like right now, you can see right here, it's saying there's no power. If I had it plugged in and I hit test, it would tell me whether or not it was good or not. Basically, that's what that button is for. And then when you want to turn it off, you just hold that. Same thing on this. You turn it on with this button here. So you hit that button there, it comes on, it's running its test. Your flashlight is this side over here if you need it. See, there's my flashlight. It's not real bright, but if you're in a dark place, it'll work. And basically this connects to this. So when this is plugged into an outlet, we just hold it, turn it off. When this is hooked into an outlet like we showed you, this will trace it to the breaker. So you just take this to your breaker box, go up and down. It will tell you which breaker it is. We showed you how that works. And then you just shut the breaker off. That way you don't have to go through and flip every breaker to try to find the right one. A lot of people, after that, they can use this tool to go through and document on your breaker panel every single breaker, what it runs. So you don't have to continually do that over and over and over again. So that's a really handy tool. Also, you did see we found an issue that we didn't know we had with with one of our lamps. So we plugged this in. We found that there was a grounding issue on the lamp. We traced it back. We knew it wasn't the breaker because we tested it. We ran it to the outlet. We knew it wasn't the outlet because we used this to test it. Said the outlet was good. We ended up finding out that the box we had plugged into the outlet had a grounding short. So we removed that and everything was good. So this actually came in handy for the trial. And then you also have this one if you're doing bare wires and you want to, you would just plug this in directly like that. Hook these up to the bare wires and get your voltage check off of that. Really handy tool. We're going to put the link for this in the description. Like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. If you need something that checks your wiring, this is a really good tool for that. Definitely would get you one of these. If you need test your wiring, test your breakers, don't want to go through flipping breakers, this is a great tool for that.